There's a lot there. Look, the reason the ceasefire is fragile is because you have Iran as one of the parties, and they have demonstrated for us over the decades that they are not to be trusted. You know, Ronald Reagan said, "Trust but verify." We're now in a posture where we verify and then trust, okay? And that's where we are. They have not been truthful over the years. They have not been reliable for their word, and they have in so many ways, they've been a very irrational actor on the world stage. So it's fragile just because of the parties involved. But what I would say about our role here in the Congress is that there were a couple of resolutions floated. One of our Republican colleagues, Thomas Massie, has got over 50 Democrats who had signed on to his War Powers Act resolution he wanted to bring to the floor. They were filing those resolutions as privilege resolutions, which means they must be heard within a certain number of days. It's 15 days of legislative business. And I don't have the power to stop a privilege resolution. But I did talk to Thomas, who is a colleague and a friend. I talked to him on the floor. We never agree these days. I'm not sure where his philosophy is coming from. But anyway, I talked to him on the floor last night, and I said, listen, in light of the ceasefire, if the ceasefire holds, obviously you would agree that your War Powers Act resolution is now a moot point. And he said, yeah, it probably is. So we may not have to act upon that. I hope we don't, because I think it would be a terrible look, and it will not pass the House. Because it's inappropriate and it's not a proper use of the law anyway. The President has clearly fulfilled his responsibility under the War Powers Act, assuming that act was even constitutional. So, yeah.